We're just coming up to the end of the programme, and I'm fascinated to talk to a lady called Blythe Pepino, because Blythe has founded an organisation called Birthstrike, which does what it says on the packet, Birthstrike, okay? Blythe, good evening to you.
Good evening. Hello. How are you doing?
I'm very well, Blythe. So Birthstrike's a new group. There's about 60 women and a few men, and you have voluntarily done what?
We have voluntarily made the decision to not have children because we're terrified that we've entered the sixth mass extinction event, and we're worried that there's not going to be a future for our children if we don't start doing something about it.
Right, just repeat that to me again, because you said children are what?
So we've decided not to have children.
Yeah.
Because we're too afraid that they won't have a future.
Got you. Right. Okay. Do you know what? Why do you think they won't have a future? So where babies, it's not that babies are bad for the environment. Everybody else seems to be bad for the environment at the moment.
That's right. We're not judging people for having children. What we're saying is that we feel too afraid based on what scientists are saying about what we can expect from the next few decades to a century. And so we're too afraid to actually bring a child into this world, and we feel like it's a really powerful message. But
you know what, Blythe? Part of the problem, surely, is overpopulation itself. I know you're not blaming this on the children yet to come, but the children yet to come just add to overpopulation of the planet. And I used to hear a lot about the overpopulation of the planet in the 70s and 80s, and then it sort of went away, and we talked about other things. We talk about pollution and global warming and all that sort of thing. But doesn't it all just come back to overpopulation?
Afraid not. No, I mean, population is a massive factor, but first we have to reduce what we are consuming. It's basically useless to focus on population now because pretty much our numbers are locked in until the end of for the end of the century.
Yeah.
And so if we actually want to mitigate what's happening now, we have to change how we live. It's fine to have a conversation about population that does need to start now, but it also has to be voluntary, which means it's going to take a long time to actually get to the point where we can reduce the numbers to a level that's actually going to have any kind of difference.
Well, Blythe, it's some commitment from you, and I've got to ask you, I mean, would you change your mind? I mean, would you like to have children even though you've banned yourself from having them?
I would love to have children. I'm in love with my partner, and I would love to have his child. And I'm at that age, I'm 32, going on 33 years old. So I would love for basically humanity to actually get behind this and do what the scientists are saying, which is a World War II style response. Everything needs to be focused on this at the moment.
Blythe, I'd love to talk to you longer, but this radio station is a bit overpopulated. They're queuing up to come on here. James Will next.
No, you carry on.
We're reaching your time. But Blythe, thank you. Love to talk to you again about this, and keep us posted as to what would happen. And I just want to ask listeners, would you do what Blythe is doing? She's saying, I'm not going to have any babies until the planet no longer faces global extinction, an environmental disaster. If she brings a child into the world, the child is facing an environmental disaster. Blythe, good evening, good night to you. Thank you very much indeed. James?
Yeah, ridiculous.